Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021-2022 Osage Marching Indians.
It is hard to say that you don't enjoy home. Like just coming back to where you grew up and showing my kids, here's where I went to school, here's where, Daddy played football, here's where Daddy did this, did that. It's always fun.
I was on the school board from 1980 to 1993. My dad served in the 50s and the 60s, and now my son is serving right now. I still love school in the Osage. All 4 of my kids here, and all 8 of my grandkids have went to school here. And so I don't care about any other school, to tell you the truth. It's school in the Osage.
Definitely the games, spirit days, homecoming was always a blast. Everybody just went crazy during homecoming. The pep rallies were phenomenal.
Spirit days, dressing up as crazy and as obnoxious as you possibly can. Pep assemblies were always really fun.
My favorite tradition here at Osage had to have been just the dress-up days. When I was in school and we were at Osage, everybody. It was a competition between the classes, the freshmen competing with the sophomores, competing with the juniors and seniors.
Not only, going to the football games with friends and camaraderie, but also performing and then getting to do, even some of the parades.
I have lots of favorite memories, but I think the best of all would be my time spent playing basketball at Osage. Even though I was terrible, horrible player, never lived up to my potential. The camaraderie with my teammates made great friends, some of whom are still great friends, and relationship with my coach, Kelly and Shaw, that was a very significant part of my life.
I played football all 4 years, and I think I tried to quit 3 of them. And Coach Wolf, I would say, probably was, at that time, who inspired me the most.
Being involved in the music department, that's what really helped me build so many relationships with all my music teachers. And it's really helped me cultivate going into a good music school and building more on my love for music there.
My DECA teacher was Gaia Wallace. She definitely expected a lot out of her students, and so she was the DECA sponsor. Just working under her, and I are still, friends to this day. She did, have a big impact on me as far as learning a lot through DECA, and before she retired, she would always recruit me to come back and be a DECA judge, and that was so cool because you could see, how the program was still impacting students to this day.
I was very involved in the music, and Mr. and Mrs. Cummings were my mentors. Mrs. Cummings was the choir director, and Mr. Cummings was the band director. And so I would call them the ones who really made me practice, and practice makes perfect.
A lot of teachers and friends at Osage really kind of helped shape me.
I think that the people of Osage make all of those gatherings special. Being around your classmates and celebrating, and even kind of seeing some of your teachers dressed up is really fun.
I remember coming back. I brought my wife back after college or whatever, and I was walking around the school, and I saw him inside the teacher's lounge. And I introduced my wife to him, and I said, he's one of the reasons I got into teaching. And his face was shocked. But I think seeing him and how he taught and coached and everything like that, I appreciate everything he did.
She loved us and she cared about us, and still today, like as a cheerleading coach, previous cheerleading coach here, and just a teacher, she continues to just be a support for everybody.
And then I remember coming out to the football fields and having the twister with, put your hand on green, it was relish, and you put your hand on white, it was mustard, and you had the relay races on the field where you chug a soda real quick, run across to the other sideline, spin around on the baseball bat, run back. Those things I enjoyed it.
Making the Missouri All-State Choir in my senior year. I would never forget that day. I remember my teacher coming up to me and just taking my hand and saying congratulations.
I was heavily involved in sports and also in DECA, so both of those things really kind of molded me into the person that I am today, as far as, drive, determination.
Because I remember it was a losing game, but against California we barely lost, but just catching a pass and then just turning and looking at the crowd, and the crowd just going crazy.
My favorite thing about Punga Harjo is the decoration element. I love that the art department works really hard to put something together that feels special, that the theme is relevant and fun, and I love that that's real world experience for some of those young people, because I went into event production and promotion, and seeing the setup at Punga kind of helps inform what fun events could be.
Those traditions, those fun events that everybody was able to compete in, whether you were an athlete, whether you were into science or math, or you didn't do anything, everybody was able to compete, everybody signed up, and you could only do one thing, so there was room for everybody to do it. Those are the things that I really enjoyed and stick with me, that I tried to incorporate, where I teach now.
And you see, if everything was gone tomorrow, the traditions, the buildings, we're left with our people. And the people, and specifically their determination, their resiliency, and their perseverance is what makes School of the Osage great.